We're back again to play some games. We're back with Belle Automata, and let's just jump back in. So before we start, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow me on my social medias or description below, and we can get started. So we just talked to Q and Zafir separately about our feelings for Victor. And yeah, I returned to my room feeling fulfilled after our jam session.
I feel so much better.
Yeah, you're not stuttering no more. I sit down the bed, looking around the empty, and we made Victor jealous. We tried to make Victor jealous. He was a little jealous. Why else would he make us clean? Yeah, whatever. He was a little jealous. I sat down on my bed, looking around the empty room when I hear the sound of someone clearing their throat above me. Q?
Hey, Q.
Hey,
What's up?
not much. Just, not much.
You bored? You wanna play a game? The room falls silent as I look down at my finger joints, wiping dust from between them.
Have you gotten a chance to talk to Victor?
No, he's hiding. I shake my head.
Aureve? I can't see you, so if you reacted...
I haven't. Sorry. No. And I don't think I will.
Why? You're so brave. Do it. A Q sputters above me.
Why not?
Then you really want us together, huh?
I thought we had a breakthrough. If it's because you still think Victor's scary, then...
Oh, I'm not scared of him. He's the prettiest person I've ever seen.
It's not because I think Victor's scary.
Then... what is it?
Tell me. Let me know. So we're on the same page. I always talk like I do this in real life. No, I would take this to the grave. I would never confess. The heck? I'm taking it to the grave. Me and my feelings. Zafir's voice appears in my head. Come on, don't believe that. Are you sure it's not a malfunction?
I'm just not sure.
Not sure about what?
About anything. I'm worried that this is all in my head. That I'm just making this up and opening myself up to trauma.
Q was silent for a long moment. I get the feeling that he's holding something in. I think he won't say anything else when he suddenly burst out.
You should.
What do you know about trust? Tell him he's right.
You're probably right, Q. I probably should trust myself more, but I just can't. There's too many factors, too many things that I just don't know.
Like what?
Like Victor's feelings, like my own. Like what they would even mean for our future and what I want from it all. They're not questions that can be answered easily. And not only that, but
I trail off.
look, Q, I know I should just trust myself, but that's an easy thing to say and a hard thing to do in these circumstances. How can I trust an unstable surface?
I guess finding the answers is the best you can do.
I take a deep breath to recenter myself. Even if I don't need to, the extra air on my cooling fans help calm me down.
I know you want to help, and that's really sweet of you, Q. But this isn't a simple matter of two humans falling for each other.
Are you sure about that? It can be that simple if you let it.
Just know that maybe it doesn't matter.
I stare down my fingers, eyes tracing each joint.
Maybe it doesn't matter whether I'm attracted to him or whether it's a malfunction or whatever. I should be focusing on more important things. like finding my place, growing into the person I want to be.
He was quiet for a few moments. I think he's already gone, but then I hear his quiet voice, filled with hope.
But what if your place is with Victor?
I press my lips together. The thought of having a place again and knowing what that feels like, it's nice. But it simply isn't my reality.
I had a soulmate once, a creative one. I used to think my place was at his side. And now, he's gone. I just want to go to sleep, Q.
Good night, I guess.
Alright. Good night, Aureve.
The presence above me vanishes, or at least I hope it does. Despite wanting to move on from this, I do want to find out if Victor is avoiding me or not. I want to tell him not to worry. Knowing Victor, he's just observant and giving me a space to get over whatever this is, malfunction or otherwise. I lay down in the bed, shutting my eyes. I used up a lot of power playing music today. I hope to do even more tomorrow. No nightmares. On my way to the library, I walk through the common area and bump into a familiar face.
Hello, Aureve. Having a good day?
It's so-and-so. It's whatever. I haven't spoken to him since our hug. I try to appear as awkward as I feel.
I'm, having a great one,
No, you
actually.
ain't.
Have you seen Victor lately?
No, is he avoiding you too? The abrupt question makes me pause. I answer slowly.
No. Why?
As I thought.
Both of us?
As you thought?
Oh, it's nothing. Just, he was asking for you earlier. He needs you in the garden.
Okay. I can't help but be tempted not to go. I don't want to see Victor if it means I'll have to feel so out of sorts with myself. Go! Still, my traitorous heart core speeds up at the thought of seeing him after these few days apart.
Does it have to be me? Can you go instead?
Nope, has to be you.
You have such a kind face. A very kind face. Friendly. I sigh reluctantly, even as my curiosity gets the better of me, laying my feet away.
I'll be right back.
Diego, it is this door that needs to be fixed.
He speaks without turning. A quiet clicking sound heard in stuff opening. It apparently has a faulty door panel.
Do you hear this sound? It's this exact sound that is the problem.
Yes, sir. I am totally Diego.
I'm not Diego.
Dang. Victor freezes in place, almost imperceivably. He turns towards me.
What are you doing here?
Why you sound like that? His icy demeanor doesn't intimidate me. I simply step further out into the garden, drawing closer to him, with my heart core humming noisily in my chest. If this is a malfunction, I don't mind it at all. I feel my gaze taking in his sharp form, every stitch, every hem, every knot, down to the ribbon tying his hair back. It wasn't that long at all, but I miss looking at him.
Aureve, did you hear me?
I heard you, but I didn't like your tone.
I did. Diego told me that you wanted to speak with me.
I am sorry to say that Diego is and was mistaken. I have nothing of consequence to discuss with you.
You calling him a liar? No, he probably supports us. He probably sees right through us. Everybody does. Everybody can tell that we like each other.
Then, I guess I should go.
If you would, I have yet to water the
Okay.
garden or mow the lawn, and I must complete those tasks before Master Roman's visit this evening.
What you mean evening? It's already nighttime. You said if you would. I nod slowly. Turning, I place my hand against the door panel to open it when...
Uh-oh.
Are we stuck?
What do you mean, uh-oh?
The door isn't opening.
Looks like it's just you and me.
Not opening?
Yeah. He passes me by to open the door, but as with me, it doesn't respond to his hand.
You must be jesting.
Who must be jesting?
The universe, clearly.
He lets out a quiet, then turns.
Well, I still have work to do.
I guess I'll just stand here. I don't like your tone. Watch yourself. I still like you though. I stare as he goes to retrieve the hose.
May I help you?
That won't be necessary.
I approach him, smiling. Stubborn as always, this one. I try to take it from him, our hands briefly touching.
Don't.
I pull away, as if struck by an electric surge. Both of us do, the hose clattering to the ground.
Don't touch me.
My bad. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm silent for a moment. And in that silence, I hear it. The sound of my heart core humming, just from the touch. Or
Wait a second.
is that his? That's not my heart core. I freeze, looking up into Victor's eyes searchingly.
Is that your hardcore?
Instead of replying to me, Victor snatches the hose from the ground, begrudgingly.
It is my hardcore, yes. I've been malfunctioning around you quite often.
Same.
Since when?
Victor hesitates, turning away to hide his face as he waters the plants. I prompt him again gently.
How often, Victor?
His voice is quiet.
Ever since you took my hand.
Aww. I touch my lips, as he turns abruptly, a scowl on his face.
It is eternally frustrating.
Is that why I haven't seen you around lately? You've been avoiding me, haven't you?
Victor winces visibly. Then he strains his back and looks me in the eye.
Yes, Aureve. Yes, it is. I have too much work that needs to be done to be acting irregularly. It is unnerving to constantly dwell on your form, thoughts, and feelings, and worry about them. It is incessant, infuriatingly so.
Victor's irritated voice sparks something in me. I can't help my own frustration bubbling forth in response.
If it's so annoying thinking about me, then stop.
Not y'all fighting about being in love. He grits his teeth.
I cannot. I wish to, dearly, but I cannot. The way my thoughts function, the thoughts that enter my head are out of my control, because they are not memories, but of indecent imaginings.
Chill. So you be dreaming too. Daydreaming too.
The only thing I can do is limit contact with the one who ruined everything.
Ruined. I gape at him.
Ruined everything?
Watch your wording.
What's that supposed to mean?
Before you came along, my life was routine. It was perfect. But since that day I saw you and Diego...
Yesterday? No, that was like 3 days ago. He shuts his eyes.
Now my hardcore speeds up around you, and I feel things that I have never encountered before. Things that are distracting.
Daydreams.
Things that I should not feel.
I can't help myself.
Like jealousy?
Victor's frown deepens.
This is no laughing matter, Aureve.
It kinda is. Y'all both are so new to this. And y'all just in love. In love.
I have been practicing weaving to make something for the young master, and yet when I am crossing the threads, I am not thinking of him. I am thinking of you. Each piece is a terrible, tangled mess, but I keep trying because I want to please you.
Oh. I fluster, my mouth flapping uselessly. I thought I was bad, but Victor. My voice is soft.
Victor, it's okay. It's okay to feel.
My apologies, but it is not okay. Even when I try to clean to distract myself, I find myself thinking about how terrible you are at cleaning.
Alright, chill.
I am completely inept at divorcing thoughts of you from the tasks at hand, and it clutters my thoughts.
Q's voice echoes in my mind. Maybe he doesn't feel jealousy in the way that you do, or in the way that you would want him to. That doesn't mean he doesn't have feelings for you. Well, I did promise to talk to him. It's now or never, Aureve.
Victor.
Go for it.
Have you considered that maybe you are attracted to me?
It's not a surprise. Victor lets out a ha.
You? An android who can barely do the minimum of sanitation?
Chill.
An android who cannot wake up on time to save her life?
Chill.
An android who associates with the likes of Zephyr?
That's the bestie. He shakes his head.
Even if watching your attempts to clean weren't as endearing as they are, even if witnessing that flustered, alarmed expression when I awaken you for the 50th time and suppressing the desire to smooth down your hair weren't so strong.
You're so... Why are you insulted? Why are you low-key roasting me? Low-key, low-key, low-key. High-key.
Even if seeing you get along with that nuisance fills me with envy, and even if that hug with Diego didn't make...
He trails up before looking at me directly in the eyes, his gaze sharp and resolved.
I could never be attracted to you.
You just said a whole lot to not be attracted to me. You gave me a whole little speech. I can't help but fight a smile. He wanted to smooch down my... He wanted to smooth down my hair. He was envious of Zephyr and Diego.
Why not? No offense, but that's exactly what it sounds like. That's what
I hesitate.
I've been going through too. I'm attracted to you as well.
Victor stares at me. His gaze drops.
And what do you wish for me to do with that information?
Oh, he's so hard to talk to. You're so hard to talk to. I pause at that. He's so calculated. Ugh.
I don't know.
When you figure out what you want, then perhaps you can tell me what to do with these feelings. Otherwise, I would like to be left alone.
He reaches towards the door and presses the panel. This time responds to his hand. He said, "You figure it out." What the heck? He inclines his head.
How long has this been working?
Conveniently, the door panel just came on.
He stares at it suspiciously with narrowed eyes, muttering to himself. You think somebody did that?
He wouldn't.
He did. Q. Who wouldn't? Do what? He was controlling the door. Victor reads question in my eyes and shakes his head.
It's nothing. I'll have Diego take a look at this door lock as well.
Okay, I'll go get him.
Quietly, shoulders heavy. It was either Q or Diego controlling the door. One of those. Quietly, shoulders heavy with unanswered questions, I take my leave. It's been a few days since I've spoken to Victor. Golly. We pass each other by, but... to you too. As usual, we don't speak. This time, I stop to stare at him, and to my surprise, he stops as well. The only sound, that of our heart chorus humming steadily in the hall. I wish I had something to say to Victor, but... I wish I had something to say to him, but Victor's question haunts me. What do you wish for me to do with that information? What did I want from Victor? I love to say I'd like us to be something more, but even I have to admit the truth to myself. What is something more for a pair of androids? With so much on my mind, and none of an answer to the point question, there's not much for me to say. To my surprise, Victor speaks first.
Master Roman will be dropping by this evening, so please be sure to clean the kitchen in preparation for Diego. He will be preparing dinner.
Okay.
I see.
He seems so normal. If not for the sound of his heart chord, I'd hardly be able to tell there was anything different between us. I nodded curtly as Victor inclines his head towards me, then passes me by.
What do I wish for you to do with that information?
He did say that.
I'd love to know.
I make my way to the kitchen to begin cleaning as Victor requested. Maybe I can look up our predicament online. I mentally open an internet database search window. That's cool.
Android attraction.
Right away, I get results, but I scroll a little further, but there's nothing more helpful. Most of the results being pretty similar.
All of these results are about human beings attracted to android models.
Ew.
Not so much androids being attracted to other androids. I guess I should have expected that.
I feel frustrated for a moment, but then it occurs to me, I have a house of strange individuals at my disposal. Maybe there's someone I can ask about, well, love and attraction. The first person that comes to mind is Diego.
Diego was nice enough to hug me when I requested it. But I don't know if he'd be open to talking about his feelings so much.
I think he would. I could ask Zafir, but I'm pretty sure he's sick of hearing about this by now.
And definitely not Q. No offense, but I can't help but remember his discomfort with talking about his parental figure in a romantic sense. I need to talk to someone completely neutral.
Klaus? I would, but then I remembered how curious he was about my dreams. He seems to be invested in seeing how this all turns out, if only from a psychology standpoint. An idea starts to dawn on me.
I wonder if Roman would be willing to listen.
Good idea. The idea seems ludicrous at first. Luda. I barely know him at all. But he's sort of the only person who I could see having an opinion that might be helpful. I definitely would.
I'll have to ask if I can speak to him.
Ask who? Just do it. I start to wipe down the surface, scrubbing until I see my own reflection in them. In a strange way, I can understand why Victor would enjoy cleaning so much. I hate cleaning. It's kind of a stress reliever to work on something and not have to worry so much about the other things bothering you. Let's just hope. What's Diego gonna make for dinner? What's he cooking? Like this whole issue with my voice. I stop cleaning and stare at the counter.
Want this?
I try to imagine him being proud of me, of him not feeling disappointed that I love music so much that it's difficult. It is difficult because I can't help but feel disappointed in myself for how much I love music. It's not like everything we make in the jam session is perfect, but it feels so right. Girl, you are a musician at heart. You are a musician. I know you are. Zafir's laughter when I get a melody just right, or even when I write a lyric that fits perfectly into the melody. Even Victor's song has been difficult to completely avoid working on, since this subject roams my mind without restraint. I shake my head slightly, forcing myself to scrub the counter even harder. Can I help you? Diego makes a small noise, most likely to let me know he's here.
You all right there?
I'm good.
Oh, I'm fine. Why?
Girl, we gotta work on your lying skills.
I've been passing through here back and forth for the past hour, and every time I see you, you're muttering to your reflection. I think the refrigerator, countertops, and floor reflections have all been conversed with.
Oh,
I hadn't realized.
Don't worry, I'm sure you're not the only individual who talks to their reflections.
Chill. I laugh awkwardly.
right. Well, the kitchen's just about ready for you. I just need to rinse out the sponges and I should be good.
Perfect. Thank you for working so hard, Aureve. I've noticed you've gotten pretty good at cleaning.
Thank you.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly in my skill set, but I had a good, if particular, teacher.
Diego nods sagely. Sagely, yeah. I can sense the urge for him to say something else, but strangely, he just smiles.
Are you going to watch me cook then?
No.
I'm a little curious, so yes. How do you cook?
Okay then.
Follow recipes exactly and don't deviate. Mustard and pudding apparently don't go together, despite one
Ew.
being tangy and the other being sweet. Human taste buds are pretty particular.
Mustard and pudding. He looks sheepishly for a moment.
It'd be nice to say I'm a masterful cook who can experiment, but let's just say my efforts haven't been received well when I deviate in the past, so sticking to the recipes it is.
If you do the cooking by the book, something, something, something. Never use a messy recipe. Yeah.
I see.
Sweet, tangy. In truth, I've never really thought too much about the human perception of taste, but Diego seems well versed in the subject despite everything he's telling me.
Let me just finish up so I can get out of the way then.
He's here. I finished cleaning the kitchen when, like clockwork, the doorbell rings.
Oh, and that must be...
I'll get it.
I make a beeline for the door, my hardcore humming, as the slides open to reveal...
Roman!
There he is! And you know what? I think this is a good place to end it. Roman, I need your help. They need your help. Can you give us good advice? Because they ain't listening to me. I don't have good advice, but yeah. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. They are so cute, but also they a mess. Like, they know they like each other, but they're like, what now? Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on my social media. It's always going to be below. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.